when he hit the high note on this song. What? Yeah.
Welcome and thank you for tuning in. You're listening to The Chuck and Samuel Show.
Welcome, everyone, to the brand new episode from The Chuck and Samuel Show,
That's
numero
right.
15.
Numero 15.
Oh, Lord. He's been waiting all day for this.
What? I just realized that I wasn't taking my precautions. Because, you know, you're coming off.
Everyone's probably wondering why I'm wearing the sunglasses.
Everyone's probably trying to wonder why I'm wearing the mask.
Nobody worries about you. So somebody had to make an announcement today.
Yeah. That's. I didn't realize I wasn't supposed to say anything.
Yeah, it was undercover.
But now that it came to my awareness, I want to be safe. But I feel a little less safe because I only brought one mask.
Yeah, you need to be wearing two of them.
I need two of them. I'm going to do the whole show like this. Can you hear me? I'm just kidding. I'm not. Yeah, you're right. I was waiting all day.
I know.
I was waiting all day to do that.
This guy, one joke. That's it.
One joke. We'll see you next week, everybody.
So, like I was saying, you guys are probably wondering why I have the sunglasses on. I was attacked by Mr. Fauci with the COVID.
He sent it your way.
Him and the Clinton Foundation. They both put an attack on me. They put COVID in my food or drink. I don't know.
They sent it to you via 5G.
Yes,
is what they did.
Yes. So they've taken my vision. That's why I'm wearing the sunglasses. The first symptom of COVID is when you lose your vision.
That's right. It's color blindness first.
Is it? I just went completely blind.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. So, things got pretty dark.
No pun intended. All the pun intended.
There you go. This is the comedy I wanted.
Yeah. Well, you're getting it. You're the one who has to create that kind of content, man.
Yeah, I had to give you a.
I like the glasses. It's very 92 MLB baseball player. Ken Griffey Jr. type glasses.
I'm more of like Bret the Hitman Hart.
That too. Totally. Also, that character, I don't know if he wears those glasses, but he definitely would wear those glasses. The karate instructor in Napoleon Dynamite. Break the wrist. Walk away.
Yeah.
Break the wrist. Walk away.
He might wear them.
I think I would imagine that guy wearing those kind of glasses.
Maybe. But I have to wear them now because of COVID.
It must be a new strand. Everybody look out. If you get COVID, you might lose your eyesight.
There's always going to be a new strand.
Always a new strand.
Just like how Mr. Fauci wants seasonal masks now.
Seasonal masks? Yeah. I turned the news off a long time ago, man. I don't know anything going on.
Well, after being personally attacked by Mr. Fauci, Hillary Foundation. Bill Nye. Literally, I called out Bill Nye, got attacked by COVID.
Ironic, isn't it?
Ironic. A little suspicious, if you ask me.
Yeah, I'm just going to start calling it the flu, is what I'm going to start calling it, because that's typically probably what you really actually had.
Besides losing my vision, I'm probably the healthiest I've ever been.
I love that.
Still did my 3 miles a day.
Wow.
There was a little fogginess.
I was going to ask if you had a cane or a seeing eye dog, or if Melissa guided you the whole time.
Well, being part Native American, I just felt the wind, you know?
Yeah, the wind. Yeah. Did you put your ear to the ground a little bit?
I was going to say the way my feet landed on the ground, magnetic north. I just knew where I was going.
I love that.
I was like Pocahontas.
Yeah.
And I just knew where I was going.
Well, good, man. That's a good instinct to have.
It was probably a blessing.
Especially, you're going to need that now that you're blind.
Yeah. So I think COVID was a blessing.
Yeah. Well, not many people think that. Well, 1%.
I think I got the lesser of that. I got the lesser two evils.
What was the other evil?
Vaccination.
You would have gotten it anyways with the vaccination. Anyways. What's been going on since you've been back to life, man?
Evanescence.
Yeah. Wake me up inside. Can't wake up. I'm saving.
Yeah.
Wake me up.
But besides that, like
Praise break.
Praise Break. Good band. Great band name. Before I got COVID, things were going well, man. I've been very busy with all my blue check people. They stuck around. Hey, your friends don't stick around, but blue checks do. So, shout out to all my blue check people that stuck through this tough time, and that are still there with me.
That's right. And they still have their blue checks.
Yeah, and they still have their blue checks. They're great people. Celebrities are good people. I was wrong.
Were you?
Yeah. Dead wrong.
Well, you're rubbing shoulders with them now. Maybe you'll become one next.
A lot of people think
Maybe I'll be able to ride your coattail to the top.
A lot of people think I'm going to sell out on my friends. I've gotten a couple of text messages. People like, hey, man, could we get that work before, like, you're in Hollywood, New York?
What was that?
New York.
Okay.
And I don't know if you can. Celebrities come ahead of my friends.
Well,
so remember that.
That's how you make it in life, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So someone calls me at the same time, and it's like, friend, insert friend name, because I can't say people's names anymore, or a blue check person. I'm picking up the blue check.
I would choose a blue check over you.
They just offer more, and I told you I've been let down too many times. I'm over it.
By common folk.
Yes.
Got you.
Common folk have let me down. They've never done anything for me.
Wow.
Celebrities, though, have.
You sound like you're holding a lot of resentment, Chuck. We should dive into this for a second.
It all started off with you today.
Did I really put you in a bad mood today, huh? It really rubbed you the wrong way. Because knowing you, the whole day I thought you were just patronizing me, and I was.
I
like,
never do that. I never patronize.
Yeah, you do. Everybody.
No, I don't patronize anybody.
This last weekend was
what? Perfect
example of how you patronize people to their face, and they have no idea. But it's actually one of your geniuses.
But you do it, and you just do it to hurt people.
I don't hurt people.
Yes.
No, I don't.
You mocked me. Okay, first of all, cyberbullying. This guy right here. If you ever want to know what a that's a cyberbully right there.
That's me, baby.
They come
cyberbully
in big and small packages,
and medium size.
So,
it's a touchy subject for me today, which I haven't.
What's a touchy
nothing.
subject?
I don't want to get into it. I don't want to make anybody feel bad because, you know.
Oh, look now who's the victim. See, I talk about cyberbullying, and you're like, man, I just been going through.
Yeah, well.
Now you just derailed the whole thing. Because I was about to do this whole rant about how.
I'm sorry to ruin the mood.
Because I went and, speaking of that, before cyberbullying, I found a checklist.
Okay.
For manic behaviors. And I wanted to bring it up to you.
All right. Is this how I was conducting myself today? All right.
You were.
And maybe just so people know what we're talking about, if you saw my Instagram story today, I explained why we haven't been doing the podcast recently, and I explained we're going to be going bi-weekly, which is a side note, an announcement. A blessing since you live in Orlando and I live in Jacksonville.
And none of y'all watch the show.
We have some watchers, man. I
do appreciate everyone that does
I forgot
watch.
what I was saying.
But yeah, you were letting everyone know we're going bi-weekly.
Yeah, bi-weekly in that, you were down for the count because you got COVID. And
I didn't want to tell anyone that I had COVID. I would rather keep it a secret and see everybody.
I'm sorry, but you're done with it now.
Yeah,
so
we don't know. We don't know. This I might suffer from symptoms for a long time.
I'm not going to be able to go see anybody now after this podcast airs. Pardon me.
You've been vaccinated.
I definitely identify as a vaccinated person, for sure.
There we go.
That's all that matters.
So he went on this rant after I was like, hey, dude, I know me having COVID is like a headline for you. The reason I got mad was because you took my pain and my struggle to get views and traffic.
What do you think the paparazzi is, man?
That's how I felt. And I was like, wow, my friend is using my curse an attack on me and my livelihood and life to get some likes, and you're making a joke about it.
I'm so sorry.
And then you just went on this maniacal diatribe where you were laughing crazy, you're posting things, and I started to get worried.
I had to look up the word diatribe, by the way.
Thank you.
Yeah, good
So I was like, this guy is unhinged. So I was looking up, shout out to our sponsor, Mental Illness Month. So I looked up mental illness checklist, and I was like, it's not that. Because if you look at mental illness, it's about like depression and being bummed out, mood swings. And I was like, no, he's a little bit more energetic right now. So I looked up manic behaviors. So I found a checklist.
Let's hear them.
So
Diagnose me, Doc.
yes, racing thoughts.
Oh,
he
wow.
did have that.
I definitely.
Because he was just, I made that post where I was tagged or mentioned like 15 times in like 3 minutes. So racing thoughts, high irritability. That's what he had. Because I mentioned one thing, you're like, dude, what is even a problem? I was like, calm down. I just want to talk it out. And then just imagine if we're in person, you would have flung my hand off your shoulder. Extreme moods, check. Mood swings, check. Staying up late without sleeping, check.
Wow. I'd sleep, but I stay up late.
Lots of energy with little sleep, check. Aggressiveness, double check. Extreme social behavior, triple check.
Yeah, that sounds exactly like me, man.
Well, don't throw out an option that you don't approve of. Extreme antisocial behavior, check.
I'm really hearing a lot about myself today.
Talking loud or very fast, check.
You know, I'm hearing you're really putting the nail in the coffin with the day that I've had with my insecurities just completely being embellished as it is. And here we go with you making me second guess my sanity, Chuck.
Looking for trouble, check.
I'm looking for trouble right now.
Yes. There's a couple on here that you don't have.
Good.
But I'm gonna keep them to myself.
So I'm not
based on your day today and what she put you through. I'm not gonna bring the other ones up.
I really appreciate that.
You know, just being a nice friend and everything.
Thanks so much, man.
So yeah, man, it's been pretty rough today for both of us.
I'll try not to be manic anymore with you. I'll try to handle you more tenderly. I'll try to be more sensitive and compassionate.
Because I couldn't tell if you were trolling or not.
Today?
Yeah. But now we know that it was coming from somewhere genuine because of what she put you through.
I think I posted about you before all that happened.
Oh.
Yeah. So maybe I got immediate karma.
It could be. You know, Jesus works that way.
He does. He does.
Which I've been reading the Bible.
Oh my God. Are we going to talk about this?
So in Songs of Solomon, he talks about karma.
Does he? You reap what you sow. Get it?
Get it. So, fun. So let's talk about the Bible and how I went down the wrong rabbit hole.
Yeah.
So I was trying to read this tattoo this chick had on her ribs. It was 3 words. And I was like, oh.
Very thick lines tattooed, by the way. Like, very thick lines.
Who cares? Maybe she didn't have an awesome budget to get the thin ones. But I was like, you were saying that she has like Riverside tattoos.
Yeah, Harry Potter tattoos.
Harry Potter, hot dogs.
Those were the style that they were. The way the placement and everything. I was being facetious, but yes, Riverside people in Jacksonville tend to have a lot of Harry Potter triangles.
Well, that too. But I was like, no, she's a church girl. That's a church tattoo. 3 words. Songs of Solomon. And then you come out and tell me it's a freaking sex book.
It's definitely a sex book.
It was
a very like
erotic.
raunchy,
Yeah,
erotic
it was very
sex
erotic.
book. Absolutely. I would consider it erotica for 4,000 years ago.
We would have got flagged.
Totally.
Based on the stuff you were sending me.
Oh yeah, we would absolutely have to put a warning in the beginning of the show if we were to read Song of Solomon.
Yeah. So
very sexual, very sexual driven.
So yeah, I never knew that about Solomon.
Yeah, I sent that to somebody else too after we talked, and they were like shocked, like, "Oh my god, I had no idea that was."
Yeah, no one talks about this. Why doesn't Bible people talk about
Here's
that?
what I want to know: why don't we men talk to our women like Solomon talked to his?
I think the world would be in a better place.
It might be in a better place
because you're just getting to the point.
Yeah,
Eating wheat between your thighs, making bread.
It says, what is it? Sweet wheat.
Yeah,
is in between. Your thighs.
I love
talking about breasts being fawns. The neck, your nose is as a tower of Gilead.
Ooh.
Your hair floweth like a flock of horses.
Daddy's turned on right now.
Come hither down south and blow on my garden. That's actually
that was a good one.
That's a real one.
That was a good one.
Yeah, that's a real one.
Oh man, the Bible has so much fun in it.
There's a lot of interesting stuff in Scripture, man.
And I need to know more about it. Because my thing is like, okay, I have the Bible. It's like this big, right? But then you guys talk about books and this book and that book and this book and that book.
Books within a book.
Where are all the books at? Are they
within the book?
This little thing?
Yeah, that one book has like, I should know this, but I think it's 66 different books.
Are the books long?
Some are very long. A few are very short.
How do they fit so many books in a little book?
Well, you have short books. And the Bible is very thin-paged and very thick.
Okay.
Thousands of pages.
No way.
In the Bible. You know this.
I'll go grab mine.
You want to grab your Bible? You're going to give us a Bible study right now?
It's King James.
I prefer the Message. I'm just kidding. You don't even know what the Message is.
Is that the word?
How did you become friends with so many? All your friends are Christians.
Yeah, they are.
For you to be so not involved in that world, you are a believer.
Yeah, I am.
But you have no reference to Christian world at all, except for your friends.
And that's the sad part.
I know you need it.
Y'all are freaking jokes.
Well,
besides you,
well, I appreciate
you're the best.
Well, I appreciate that, but you know,
all the other
we're all
ones,
hypocrites to some degree, Chuck.
Big time. Yeah. Maybe I got pushed away from the word because of everyone.
No, you never were into the word.
Whatever.
Never were.
The word was always alive with me.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
The word is alive with or without you, my friend.
I wish he was alive with other people, but I feel like
Ooh, did you hear that?
Yeah, Christians nowadays, they're not in it for the real message. They're in it for the clout.
They're in it to win it.
They're in it for clout.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of that.
And that offends me.
Well, it's very offensive. It should offend you. We talk about church too much. I'm not really interested in talking about church today.
Yeah, I don't even know why you brought it up.
You brought the Bible up.
Yeah, because it was fun. We're talking about sex. And then you're like, hey, man, how do you not, are you part of church, but all your friends are and all this stuff. And you start asking me about all my friends.
Here's a question, Chuck.
Hit me.
What are your thoughts on God? And do you think like creation and all that, are we a simulation? Do you think that because you know, I believe in God. I believe in Jesus. Of course, that's never going to change. But sometimes I have thoughts of like, you know, when you watch scientists and the science that we're discovering now, it's almost as if like this whole thing was nothing more than just a science project.
So someone told me, and it wasn't the killers, that there's a belief called scientism.
Not Scientology?
No.
Okay,
scientism.
Got it.
That it's like the closest to like having Christian beliefs, but believing that there's something a little more scientific to all of it.
Okay.
So one thing I always thought, it's God is bigger than just our little earth.
Uh-huh.
It's the universe. And there's things out there that are bigger than what we know, but it's cosmic rather than just like our little planet. If he's as powerful and all-knowing and omni about everything, it's like a universe thing, scientific thing.
What do you mean?
that it's a bigger picture. We're just one part of like
Yeah,
the
what
bigger
if
scope.
you know how like a cell, the smallest cell we've discovered,
Yeah.
it almost has a universe within
Yes.
it. It makes you wonder if we're nothing more than a cell within a larger being.
Well, yeah. You know what's funny is that happened at the end of Men in Black.
I never saw that movie, believe it or not.
Yeah. So at the very end, there's this like weird CGI scene where it's like they were zooming in on like a marble or a cell.
Yeah.
And then they got to a point where like that little cell was just like a play toy for a baby in like another dimension.
Wow.
So yeah.
Super Magic School Bus,
Yeah.
right? Remember that show?
Yeah.
PBS?
Yes.
God.
So yeah.
So educational.
Yeah. That like because if you think about like an ant, we're giant, like we're average to one another, but to an ant, we're these giants. It's all relative. So, and then like a cell in reference to an ant is giant. So we could just be like one little cell. And if it's an infinite universe, man, that you start losing reference of size.
Infinite, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, there's got to be something on the other side.
But then here's the
That's
thing.
crazy.
Is there just a wall that stops?
There can't be.
So
There can't be, but there has to be an end of something and a beginning of another. You don't think so?
does it wrap around?
Wow.
Does it wrap around on itself?
Wow. Our tiny little pea brains
Yeah.
would never be able to know.
A scientist said once, no matter how big you dream, your wildest dream, it's never going to even come close to the reality of the universe.
Yeah, it's
and what's in it.
insane.
So yeah, if the universe is expanding, is there an end? Like, are you just in space and then it just ends? There's a wall. What's on the other side of the wall?
I don't know. I don't think there's a wall, which if there is a wall, that makes me think even more that we're probably just actually on a big Truman Show somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
And then what's on the outside of that tree?
I don't know, man. I don't know. There's no freaking telling.
Yeah, some people say it rolls back on each other. Some say it's like the end of the dimension just rolls you over to the start of the other one. But what was before the Big Bang?
So, well, that, I don't. Maybe there was a Big Bang, but it happened from design. That's
Okay.
what I believe, because it's impossible for nothing to come out of something to come out of nothing. Like that's just scientifically impossible. So, in order for the Big Bang to have happened, at the very minimal, there had to have been space. To say there was nothing means that there was no space, and if there was no space, how on earth was the universe a black hole? I don't know.
And someone very important had to create it.
Someone very important.
So yeah, that's the thing. It's just a headache.
And you know what, man? No matter who they are or what they are or where they are, they deserve to be freaking worshipped.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it.
As long as it's my God.
As long as I'm right.
As long as I'm right. I don't need a dragon or one of those other gods.
Do you think that your theology and your belief about God and salvation would change if we found intelligent life on other planets?
No, because someone said that if we found out there was aliens, that's not the start of aliens.
Right.
And that wasn't the start of your belief or disbelief.
That's a good point.
You're believing in what you believe in, even as they were around, you just didn't know about it. So, no, because I think it's bigger than that. It's almost like instead of like aliens existing and disproving what I believe in, it's almost like they're just opening another chapter of understanding.
Yeah, definitely. That's the same page I would be on. I would love to hear their ideas on creation and a creator. Like who, if they exist, who's the creator they serve?
Yeah.
And would it be the same God? Would Jesus have had to have gone to their planet to, redeem their shortcomings, or are they perfect? Lots of questions.
There's been I know I love the show, but it got off the rails real quick. Ancient Aliens.
Okay.
Because they took theories from like Christian philosophers or space philosophers. And one of the theories was that we're just one of the colonies that like God and Jesus created. That there was a planet where, you know, it was just like Earth. People were living and worshiping, but it fell apart and they kind of replanted us on another one to start over. So there's that.
Interesting. Who knows, man?
Because some people are like, the intelligence of humans,
The what of humans?
the intelligence.
Oh, yeah.
It's just like quantumly, like way higher and faster than everyone else.
Right.
There's like smart animals, but they're not humans. There's a huge gap. And if you look at every other species in the world, they're kind of grouped together over here. And there's like a mile difference, and then we're over here.
Right.
There's no one similar to us.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah, interesting stuff. You know, with all this, information coming out about the Tic Tac and all that. I mean, it really makes you wonder, man. Like, could a government on Earth actually have technology that does that? And the fact of the matter is, they're traveling thousands of miles per hour and stopping on a dime and turning, and immediately they're going the same speed.
Yeah.
That's
The
insane.
inertia wouldn't let that happen
No,
unless
no.
someone came out with some sort of.
How would they cushion them or stop them if to stop on a dime?
Because they're
not
being pushed through space through propulsion. They're getting pushed through space with like anti-gravity, anti-protons. They're getting pulled through space based on like gravity and magnetics and all that stuff.
I understand, but even if you're being pulled to stop on a dime at 1,000 miles per hour,
They would have to be in some sort of like anti-matter space.
Yeah.
Because the inertia would push them through the window.
Some kind of technology inside the craft to keep them from.
That's the only way it would happen. And I just think it's weird that the government's coming out saying, hey, that footage was real.
I think it's weird too, man.
And that we're just moving on from it.
What do you think about the Prime Minister of Defense, I believe it was, from Israel? He's retired, and he came out and said that there is definitely aliens, and Trump definitely knows about them, and there is a galactic federation.
That was the dude that was like on RT and all that, and I don't believe him.
You think that a man of his stature and his respect, because he was like a professor, I believe.
There's
as
some
well.
astronauts that have came out and said it too, that they've seen some stuff out there.
I'm sure they have. I'm sure they have.
Just like how I think time travelers or aliens are time travelers. But time travel's not possible.
For us?
Yeah.
Or period.
Period.
Right, in the way that we know time travel. Like, we can't go back and like live in the 1920s right now. But time travel, traveling a distance of in a shorter amount of time, theoretically.
Well, that's just fast travel.
Is possible. Well, when you talk about like bending the atmosphere, is it, or bending the what? Bending the just time, bending time,
Space time.
So,
and then punching a hole through and creating a wormhole. That's just a theory. That's never even come close.
Imagine if we just if like you could just
it doesn't
bend
work that.
space-time
And I'll take
right
it to
here
the grave. What are you gonna do?
Hey man, 50 years ago, they didn't think that we could use the freaking air to show our faces to the rest of the world right now. All 20 people that are watching.
Well, that's fine.
Air, that's magic, my friend.
So, but folding time space. So take this and fold it over. I don't think, but then also they said the amount of energy needed to create that.
Yeah.
You would need to use every single bit of energy in the universe to make that happen.
Wow.
So all these people that said they saw like angels coming down from the sky glowing in silver were just astronauts time traveling. But I don't think time travel is possible. And those aliens are just what humans will look like in like 1,000 years.
Or they can just be angels and demons. But if we're seeing them, that means they're either living in our dimension, or they're able to cross dimensions.
And I still don't think multiple dimensions is a real thing either.
Oh, I do.
I don't.
I 100. So, okay, so you're a Christian. You believe in heaven and hell.
Yeah.
Like legit, like literally.
I think that could just be frequencies you see things.
frequencies, you see things in this dimension.
Yeah.
So you think that heaven and hell is here on earth
Yeah.
with different experiences.
Because I don't think. See, that's the thing. I think it's a little bit more complex than what we've created. But, because, like, if you consider, like, the dimension of heaven and hell, its own thing, I don't think it correlates the same way with, like, scientific dimensions. Where people talk about if like a certain dimension existed, it could just be like this big, and it's just a black box, and time goes backwards, and there's nothing really in there, or there's no time at all. So I think the heaven and hell thing is on this plane in its own way, in my opinion.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of interesting things, especially in scripture. There's a story, I believe Jesus was talking about it, where the rich young ruler was an analogy, that he was in hell, Gehenna, which is another point I'll make in a second. And there was another person who was in paradise, which before Jesus, a lot of people think that there was this place called paradise or Abraham's bosom where the saints were held until Jesus allowed them to heaven.
Do they talk about purgatory?
That would be purgatory, but the Catholics believe that purgatory still is a thing.
Yes.
Christians believe that this Abraham's bosom or paradise that was done away with when Jesus rose from the dead.
Okay.
We go straight to heaven now. This rich young ruler who was in agony, burning in hell, or this place of agony, torment, was talking to the person who was in Abraham's bosom. What a name, right?
Yeah.
And asking him, could you please just give me a drop of water for my tongue? But the thing that's fascinating is that it talks about how there was a ravine, like a ditch separating them, and how they couldn't get to each other, but they were close enough in proximity to speak. And I find it interesting that this man in hell is talking to this man who's in heaven. Very fascinating, huh? And, maybe it is. Maybe even when Jesus talks about hell, the word he uses is Gehenna, which is actually, if you look back, it is a trash heap on the outskirts of the city called Gehenna, where they would burn the trash.
Yeah.
And if I'm not mistaken, maybe like the lepers and stuff like that would hang out around there because they were banished to the outskirts of the city. So when you really think about it, maybe we're in the same dimension. Afterlife is in the same dimension, but we're experiencing completely different things.
Yeah, because in my opinion, like, our physics and our connection with stuff like that, heaven and hell, and that someone can tell you that if you do things wrong, you can go to hell, and it's here, and heaven, and with all that stuff.
Right.
I feel like, to me, a dimension is just like something completely different.
So you don't think that our spirit man, that is separate from our body, is living right now in a different dimension?
If you believe in like spirits, religious ones or just spooky ones, they're always kind of around, guardian angels and all that stuff. So we're on the same plane, obviously. If we're on a different dimension, I think there's like a hard line. In my opinion, there's a hard line of disconnect between, like, even communication, acknowledgement, all that stuff.
Maybe there's something to be said about that. That when you die and you go to the afterlife, you really are just having if you're in heaven, you're having a great experience on earth. But like the elevation of mental awareness and spiritual awareness, you can see everyone who's living right now, but we just can't see them.
Yeah.
That's wild. Because, the concept of where's heaven and where's hell, while we may believe in some sort of those things, whoever you are, we have our different beliefs about that, they got to be somewhere.
Yeah.
If they're there.
Yeah.
And they're not visible to us.
Yeah.
Maybe they are. Maybe you Scott Stapp and you live in your own prison. My own prison.
Ooh. That's back when
That's
they were
hell.
good.
That's hell.
Creed's not hell.
They could be.
They're good.
Yes, sir.
Higher.
Triggering off my groove. Did you ever see Creed Shreds?
No.
You never saw Creed Shreds? It's classic. I'll have to show you.
I love Creed. They're good people.
Yeah, Scott Stapp, he lost his mind, unfortunately, there for a minute. I hope he's doing better.
He is. He is.
What about Marlins Will Soar?
What's that?
You never heard Marlins Will Soar?
What's that? Are you even speaking English?
Bro, Scott Statt recorded a song for the Florida Marlins, and like I don't think it's hard to find. I think they took it all down, but it is great and as equally great as it is. It's cringe.
I love it. Just like T-Pain, who did the Miami Dolphins song. Good stuff.
Cringe too.
It's very like upbeat and wacky, and it's almost like he played it at like a carnival.
Isn't it wild that T-Pain is so famous and has so many smash hits, yet he's in no judgment, but he talks freely about how he went broke after he had like $60 million.
Yeah.
And I could be wrong. Maybe he's a huge fan, but certain things are a sign of,
I'm a T-Pain boy.
Do you think that you would see Chris Martin singing the song for a sports team?
He did it because he's been a lifelong, and he did it when he was still popular.
Gotcha.
If I give him, I'll give him some credibility. He did it in his prime.
All right.
And then the Miami Dolphins were like, "We want you to just like redo our theme song. You're a big." It's almost like if they got,
Yeah, I guess Scott Statt ruined that perception for me because it seemed like you're singing for your local sports team theme song. It's kind of like a
would you not do the
Dancing
jumbo
with
shrimp?
the Stars type thing.
Would you not do a jumbo shrimp?
I would do the jumbo shrimp, but I'm not. I don't know, someone like Bono or Jay-Z or Kanye.
You hold yourself to that standard, though.
You're nasty. Stop being rude.
So, speaking of people that think way highly of themselves compared to other people and how they view them, Tim Tebow, everyone. Close friend of yours.
Used to be.
How do you feel about it? I got some strong thoughts about it.
I got some pretty strong thoughts about Tim Tebow too because I'm a believer. I knew the guy when we were young. We were pretty tight friends when we were in high school and haven't spoken to him since. But one thing I did know about him back then is whatever that dude puts his mind to, he's going to freaking accomplish. And if they gave him that chance in the NFL, he would have done it. He would have gone to the Super Bowl. It's not ability is good, and he has a little bit of ability, but it's the mindset, bro. I'm telling you.
This is why we don't let pastors coach football teams.
He's going to be, Trevor Lawrence is going to be, the face or whatever, but Tim Tebow is going to be the leader of the Jacksonville Jaguars, team captain. Mark my words. He will be on the phone every morning with every teammate going, you better get your reps in today. You better not eat anything fried today. I'm telling you, bro.
Then why didn't he do that on his other teams?
They wouldn't give him the chance.
Oh, of course.
He is the most driven person I have by far ever met.
If this signing isn't the biggest sign of white privilege, I don't know what is. He's been out of the league for 10 years. Didn't do a dang thing. Laughingstock. Brings more trouble to the team than he's worth. And there's people like Colin Kaepernick who cannot get even a tryout.
Maybe if Colin wanted to be a tight end or a linebacker, he could.
So after 10 years, Trevor Lawrence wasn't even born.
That's basically right.
And
he's playing Pop Warner.
He can come back and get a tight end job.
You want to hear my theory? This is my theory. My theory is Urban Meyer would have never taken the job unless this was already planned from day one.
No.
When the Jags called Urban Meyer, I guarantee you the first phone call that he made before he probably even called his wife was to Timmy Tebow. And he said, listen, the only way I'm going to sign this contract and going to take this job is if you promise me if I give you a spot anywhere on the team that you're going to play. Bro, trust me.
This just proves your lack of knowledge.
Trust me.
He's not going to get a washed-up player that he had 15.
He just did, didn't he?
Because, didn't
he?
He didn't make that decision.
Who made that decision? Shad Khan?
That's
ridiculous. If Shad Khan made that decision, they would have scooped up Tim Tebow when he was in his prime. When he was on the cover of all the magazines.
No, because they got him for some breadsticks and like a salad, an Olive Garden gift card.
This was solely Urban Meyer, and I
No.
promise you it's going to come out one day that Urban Meyer came with a package deal, and that package deal was Tim Tebow.
Or
I promise you. They're freaking neighbors.
he ruined his chance before it even started. And when they do a documentary about the great Urban Meyer coming to Jacksonville and just laying a dud,
Making it worse than what it was.
Then we're like, yeah, look, the first guy he signed was Tim Tebow. Hasn't been in the league for 10 years.
I am solely talking about mindset, my friend, and Tim Tebow. I could be wrong. He's not gonna let the team be worse than they were last year.
He made every
you
team
that.
worse that he's been on. Besides the Gators 20 years ago.
Denver Broncos, bro.
They cut his ass.
Because don't get me started. Don't get me started. Well, he wouldn't have gone that far if you didn't have the team behind him. Well, no crap. No crap.
Bill
He
Belichick
came
wanted
in
nothing
a
to do
quarter
with
of the
them.
way. Well, here's the deal, right? Is because you got to be able to practice well. You got to be able to practice better than the starter. But here's the fact of the matter about Tim Tebow is he is a down to the wire playmaker. If he needs to make a play at the very last moment, the freaking kid is going to make a play. He's going to make a play.
It's not college, dude. It doesn't work that way anymore.
That moment, bro, when he came out when the Gators lost that one game that season, what year was that? I forget. He comes out in
1998?
tears. No, that was 98 was that wasn't Warfel, was it? Warfel was 96,
He was gone.
97. He comes out with tears and he says, I promise you, Gator Nation, we will not lose another game. This thing keeps getting in my face. We will not lose another game this season. And guess what, Chuck? They didn't.
It felt good.
We're going to the Super Bowl this year.
No.
I'm going to bet $1 million Akita
$6.
that we're $6.
Less than that.
Probably. I'm
Less
going
than
to
that.
bet you $1 million Shiba Inu coin
Okay.
that
At-
we
At
whatever price it is.
I was gonna say at 0.0008.
We'll see. We'll have to talk about that. But honestly, I think that we will have a 700 season. 700. That's what I think.
Okay, that doesn't mean Super Bowl though.
No, I'm giving myself some room.
Pocket quarterbacks don't have a big crazy first
Listen,
season.
man, we're gonna do playoffs in the next 3 years.
We should put money down on how many plays Tim Tebow makes.
I have a good feeling that Trevor Lawrence and Tim Tebow are gonna be quite the duo.
He better not let him be his quarterback mentor.
Well, no, but he's a seasoned Heisman winner, isn't he? But I
15 years
guess they got the same amount of knowledge under their
Yeah.
belt.
And he just came out, and he went first overall. But the real downfall, besides Urban Meyer getting Tim Tebow, is that freaking wife of Trevor Lawrence she's gonna get him out of Jacksonville.
Yeah, I mean, she might get a little too big for Jax really quick. Huh?
I called Jalen Ramsey. I was like, he is not gonna last more than 4 years here. He's doing commercials. He's trying to be like an Instagram guy. Jacksonville's going to be way too small for him. He's going to be like Deion Sanders. He's going to want to go somewhere else. Boom.
Dude.
3 years in, gone.
Trevor Lawrence's wife looks like a baby. Is she still in college?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What a life, right?
They made sure to include her on every single freaking photo they took. Him walking to the stadium, them inside the stadium. They're at the conference.
Hey, man, he's loyal. He's letting everybody know.
No, he's not loyal. She wants to be in the picture. And Shad Khan's going to do whatever he needs to because he's not running his team right.
I think it's good marketing because there's now double the amount of people when it comes to Trevor Lawrence to fall in love with. I think it's great marketing. She came in looking all fly and stuff with her nice little like pantsuit.
Hated it.
With her like bralette underneath it and
Trashy.
her like Vans, her white Vans with her high
The worst.
tapered.
You're making it I hate
A fashionista. They came in. It was all marketing, bro.
You said got worse.
It was all marketing because instead of just Trevor coming in as a single college boy, he's got a cool looking wife. Now everyone's gonna love both of them.
No, she's gonna ruin it. She's gonna be the wife who pushes him out.
You think she's gonna Yoko Ono?
Yep.
Or Trevor Lawrence?
Mark my words. Now I should be putting money down because I guarantee that's gonna happen.
Babe,
Jacksonville's not doing it for
this
you.
place sucks.
Yeah. Even though they came out of Georgia.
Go win a Super Bowl for another team.
It's gonna happen. Give it time.
Happy wife, happy life.
I guess so.
What are we on? How are we on time?
We're about to wrap up. I'm about to give you one last question.
Well, I wanted to talk about my new favorite band.
Oh yeah, you did want to talk about it. Let's end it with that.
How good is the question?
It wasn't. I was gonna ask, do you really need friends? Or do you really need enemies when you have friends like the ones you have?
That's rude. Who are we talking
That was someone
about?
that asked that question. That was a question someone asked. That do you really need enemies when you have friends like the ones you have?
I feel like I was in on this conversation. Oops, but I don't remember the reference. I'm great with my friends. I don't know.
I think
if you have crappy friends, then yeah, you don't need enemies.
I'm just letting you know. You better step it up because I have certain friends asking to hang out again, and some single friends now, and we're about to take over the town. And if you don't watch your ass, buddy, you're about to get burned.
I'm chopped liver when y'all hang out anyways, man.
I'm not even talking about him.
You want to talk about cyberbullying? Talk about reality bullying, bro.
I'm not even talking about him. I'm talking about other people.
I'm talking about all of it.
I'm talking about other people that I used to not hang out with. Now I'm about to hang out with because he invited me places.
I don't know who you're talking about.
I tell people I'm only an invite away.
Okay.
And I'm just saying.
All right.
If you keep on mistreating me, I'm going to have to go hang out with them.
All right. Well, that'll be
free Italian food.
Your loss.
Free Italian food.
Your loss. Maybe not free.
They better.
You'll maybe get some free apps. I don't know what you're talking about. You're just being.
I'm not. No, take it back. You said it was free. I want it free, and I sent the food back.
Scot free.
Get out of here.
Let's talk about Reeves.
Yes.
I'm glad you're hanging out with old friends, and now you're on the Bury It Hatchet tour with you bearing hatchet with the people that you have issues with, right?
Yeah. But
you're speaking. Maybe Chuck. The reality is you're the one who's deciding to be a good friend again.
Most likely, but also a friend that I refuse to bury the hatchet with right now is Willie from Parachute.
Willie.
Give him so we're about to jump into talking about Reeves. So give them a little bit of backstory.
Reeves is a new duo, a guy and a girl. And the guy singer, he comes from, what camera I'm on right here? He comes from a band called Parachute. If you haven't heard of Parachute, you should go look them up. They're amazing.
One of the best bands. Yeah, legendary bands. One of the best bands of the last 15 years that never got the credit they deserve.
This is a band you and I both put on a pedestal.
Yes. And they're very high on my list.
Yeah, same. So they broke up a little while ago. So the singer, Willie J, he has a new duo called Reeves. I absolutely love the 3 songs they have put out. It sounds like parachute hooks with a freaking awesome female singer. The female singer comes from, what was it called? Big
Time Rush.
Big Time Rush.
I apologize if I'm wrong, but that's what the
Big Rush?
said.
The Big Rush?
No, it's Big Time
Rush. It sounds like a country band that's already
established. Bro. So keep on going. I'm about to confirm it.
She was on the, I guess, Disney or Nickelodeon show, and they're great. I love it. Chuck, on the other hand, he's got his own opinions about it, but both of us, I feel like, Willie, we need to have a come to Jesus talk with Willie, I think. Don't we?
Yeah.
Willie, we don't know you, but we do love you.
Yes.
And we have been a long time supporter. My money has gone into your pockets plenty of times. Live concerts, albums, t-shirts. Chuck Acious here for my birthday bought me a handwritten lyric in a frame of She Is Love written by you, my friend.
Yeah.
Please, can we talk about the videos? The same joke that is reoccurring every day on my news feed, and the only thing that's different about it is the band name in which you're referencing. Now, I have tried to come to your defense, Willie, and I have tried to tell Chuck, I think the humor lies within the fact that it's not humorous and that there's nothing creative about it because the last 7 of them have looked the same.
He's referencing that.
Willie, help us out, man. However,
yeah.
Did you have anything to add?
No, like you said, they've referenced that he has one joke, and he's gonna beat it to death.
I do like the joke better when she's in the joke. Like when he's this is what Willie looks like when he found out he's only singing harmonies on this song. And
that's hilarious.
That's really funny.
But then the cross
the journey with the wigs and when he hit the high note on this song. What? Yeah, man, Willie. What's going on?
What happened to the eyes just playing the guitar into the camera?
Bring back the 2010 emo swoop.
Yeah.
And let's just here's all I want to say. We got what we wanted off of our chest. I love the songs. I cannot get there's 3 songs. I cannot get enough of them.
They've been on repeat, man.
For you too?
No.
Right, that's what I thought, because I wanted to hear your thoughts of why.
And this is why
you're not vibing like it's a Parachute record.
Because I'm a true friend, and I'll give an honest opinion, and he's gonna hate it, because they put a lot of hard work into it. I feel, in my honest opinion, none of it is bad. It's the branding of it. If I played this to someone, they're gonna be like, "Oh, it's the chick featuring Parachute. Her name is."
Caitlin Tarver.
Yep.
Right?
Pretty much. And or it's Willie featuring.
Why can't it just be a new project? Like clean slate?
Because I don't think, I know you guys are gonna hate me, they're both very talented. I don't think their voices blend well together.
I couldn't disagree with you more.
Maybe it's the producer not mastering their voices.
I couldn't disagree with you more, man.
It's like 2 people. Okay, I know this is incredibly rude. It's almost like they downloaded TikTok or that mashups thing, and they're both doing a cover of a song, singing together while they're doing selfies, where it's like they're singing into their microphone.
I'm getting offended for Willie now.
And they're both talented, but I don't think it blends well.
Okay. Well, that's your go listen to your Trivium. I'm gonna decide and choose to listen to good songs with good hooks.
They're great.
That belong on the radio with good singers whose voices blend.
She should kick him out and go solo.
Here's why she can't do that. Because if you listen to those songs, there's no way in the world that he didn't write those songs.
He did. He gave me the producer that does a little bit of harmonizing in the background.
I like him in the band, man. I
think the name's great. I think the songs are great. I just don't think their voice is completely.
Can you name more than one person from the band Fleetwood Mac?
Yeah.
Who?
Lindsay.
Okay, who else?
The other lady with
exactly.
What's her name?
You don't know anything about these people except for Stevie Nicks.
Stevie Nicks is the other one.
The fact of the matter is,
the old lady
all
keyboardist
contributed just the same amount.
But no. They blended well.
They did.
I don't think Reeves does.
I just disagree.
I think it's just 2 people just like riffing together.
Homework, because I'm such a fan of it. I would love, if you're watching this right now, I would love you to go check out Reeves, Reaves. They got 3 songs. Listen to them. Get back to me. Tell me what you think. Tell me you're not blown away. Can't get enough. It's like steak and cheesecake for my soul, bro. It's both.
They're giving it to me at the same time, though. I don't want cheesesteak
the
on my
verse
steak.
Is my steak and the chorus is my cheesecake, baby.
She doesn't let him sing on anything.
He sings the second verse in one of the songs.
He doesn't even get an opportunity to sing. And then he's in the background, and when they do sing together, the octaves are a little off.
Oh my!
I don't want cheesecake on my steak. Sorry. I've hung around way too many Grammy Award-winning producers to eat this crap, all right?
Well, that's all I wanted to say about Reeves. I've been elated about their music the last week.
I started a
Can't get
GoFundMe
enough.
for a new Parachute album.
Did you?
Yeah. Featuring Caitlin Tavers.
Producer? Parachute?
Yeah.
Featuring Caitlin's producer.
Yes. So, yeah.
Yeah, go check it out. Great
Good
band. Really into them. I'm finding a lot of satisfaction in music lately, which went away for a long time, and I couldn't be more happy about that.
What about Ethan Roots?
Elliot Root?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's another great artist I've been listening to.
I'm more of a
Wicked Lies.
I'm more of a Christian Pittman kind of guy.
Christian Pittman, shout out.
Yeah.
What a song. Jacksonville local native.
I could probably play without even getting a copy strike.
You probably could.
guys.
What a great song. I couldn't agree with our friend Harry more.
Yeah.
By far the best tune that's come out of Jacksonville in
In a minute.
quite a long time.
Yeah. It's a good. I still play it.
I forgot what it's called. What's it called?
Runnin'.
Runnin'. That's
Yep.
right. Yeah.
Great
tune.
song. Great song. So I guess we're gonna wrap it up, man.
We are.
We've been at it for let's see,
Dun, dun, dun.
over an hour, buddy.
Over an hour,
Yep.
man. All right, we needed that because it's been a
Yeah.
while. I'm happy to be back. We are going bi-weekly
Yes.
because, like, I don't mean to be redundant, but if those people don't know who are watching, those of you who don't know, Chuck lives in Orlando.
Mhm.
I live in Jacksonville, and we love doing this. We're not going to stop
Yeah.
doing this, but you know, with life, love, the pursuit of happiness, it kind of gets a little hectic trying to do it
Yeah.
weekly. So until y'all start telling your friends, and until we can start quadrupling our plays, we're going to be bi-weekly.
Yes, I think it's the best for right now. We can put
It
a little bit more
is.
time into the edits.
That's right.
We'll still do some special episodes. We'll do guests and all that stuff, but we're gonna space it out, give us a little bit more time, so we're not rushing it. Because there's some times where I can't shoot until like Wednesday, and then we're
Right.
trying to get we have to be done on
Thursday night, yeah.
so we can upload it.
Right.
So we have less than a day to edit, and sometimes he's busy at a gig, and I can't throw him the file, and then like mistakes happen, and you know, it could be a typo on my end, screwed up audio on another thing. So
Right.
yeah, so we're just gonna space it out, give us a little
Yeah.
more time, and then if you guys start demanding it more, we'll do some.
do more.
We'll do something different. Maybe we'll do some like Skyping things. We'll do some extra stuff. We'll figure it out. We'll do something fun.
Yeah, and you know, Chuck wants to alleviate the amount of times I call him and berate him for messing things up.
Sorry, I can't call bleeps. So and
Cool.
so we won't.
We're going to be back.
We'll be
We'll be back. We had a lot of fun today. Thank you so much
Yes.
for hanging out with us. Chuck, I love you. Had a good time with you today, man. It's always a pleasure. The soul needed this.
I needed it. It was
I did too.
uplifting.
Yeah, same here. After the day I've had,
Ooh, we're
and
gonna.
I hope I was able to redeem the weight that I put on your shoulders this morning. And
Yeah, I think we worked through it. I think we really worked through it, and I'm driving up to Jacksonville because I got someone to talk to.
let's go.
Someone broke your heart, and I
Yeah.
told you I'm never gonna let that happen again.
I appreciate that, man. Thank you for having my back.
I got
true,
you.
You're a true brother.
Of course.
Yes, sir.
All right, brother.
We'll see you next time.
Until then.
Until then.
Ooh, fancy.
Bye, y'all.
Peace.